Hello, friends. Georgina Wonder, your friendly Hecatan witch here, to share with you my experience with not getting a tattoo. yeah, I was supposed to get a tattoo for my birthday in Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico for my birthday just recently, from March 8th. Um, so I wanted to get a tattoo while I was there by a Puerto Rican artist because I wanted to be supportive of the artist, of the tattoo artist of Puerto Rico, and it was going to be very significant to have this tattoo done by an artist in Puerto Rico on my birthday week that I was going to be there. I was there for only 4 days, so um, I needed to get it done those between those 4 days. So I have contacted artist in Puerto Rico that is fabulous. She's very talented and beautiful designs and the way that she used color, and it was just beautiful. And so I wanted her to do this tattoo for me, which was an image that is on the book, the Liberthonia book by Jeff Collins, Liberthonia. And Jeff drew this image of Hecate's triple face, and it's really beautiful. And it has flowers. It has has like a snake, and her face, and then two faces here, and then I think there's opium poppy flowers, which to me was not that difficult to do. I don't know how difficult it is for artists to draw snakes and flowers and faces and shadows and I mean, it was gonna be black and white. So anyway, so I have contacted her a month prior to my trip that I have planned to Puerto Rico. So she was fine with it. She was cool with it, and she liked it and everything. And she said, well, it's gonna take a whole day. And back then, when I contacted her, she said it was going to be between 7 and 800. And then, so I was like, okay, fine, whatever. To me, that's expensive because I don't usually get a lot of tattoos. And when I do tattoos, it's something like this small that require maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. And it's sometimes I don't remember. Yeah, I did make an appointment for this one, but for the other ones that I have, I just walked in and they were like, okay, fine, and they did it in like an hour. And so, but this type of tattoo that you have to reserve a day and it's like a whole day thing, I never have done that, and I don't know how much it is, and like I don't. So I was willing to pay the that much money for the whole day because I really was excited about her and I liked her style. So then I never heard from her again. So then I contact her again when the time was coming up for me to travel to Puerto Rico. So, oh my God, I hope I'm not. Anyway, so I contacted her and I said, well, the time is getting closer, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, she had totally forgot about me. So then she was like, can you remind me? So I sent her the image again, and I explained that I was in New York and I was going to go to Puerto Rico for a few days only because I have to take care of my mother, blah, blah, blah. So then she was like, oh, the price has changed, so now it's 900 a day. And I was fine with it. I was willing to pay it because it was like something that I wanted to do for my devotion to Hecate, which is my goddess that I follow and I love and I worship. And so it was going to be sort of like an offering to her. And I explained all these things to her, and I talked to her about Hecate and what's her epithets and like what she's connected to and blah, 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 in case she wanted. Because she said that it probably would take more than one day to do the tattoo because it has a lot of flowers and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, but I can't afford to pay more than 900. I was very honest with her because my budget is, I don't have a lot of money like that. You know, I'm not working. I help my mom, and that's how I live. And because it's a full job taking care of my mother right now, so I can't really have a job, a normal job. I have a job taking care of my mother, but it's okay, that's personal. So anyway, so but I was willing to pay her extra. I mean, I wanted to like really talk to her about this because it was significant to me, and I wanted her to do it because I loved her style, her artwork style. I loved it. And so she said that she was gonna work something out so we can do it in one day, blah blah blah. And so, but she would never get back to me. I had to like sort of beg her to do it. I felt, but I also felt like she didn't want to do it because I guess she will lose clients if she would do it a whole day. And probably $900 for a lot of people that do tattoos is not a lot. I mean, I don't know, because I always get like small tattoos and stuff like that, so I don't know how the industry of tattooing artists works, and if they're gonna lose money if they booked a whole day thing. And I'm sure that was the problem, and that's why I felt like she didn't want to do it. So I was just getting frustrated because the day of my birthday was getting closer, and I wanted to solidify the deal. You know, I wanted to make it happen, and so she was not getting back to me. And then I had to give her a deposit for the day, and the apps that she was using, I didn't have, so I was downloading them, and then I was trying them from over here because they're like apps that will work probably in Puerto Rico, but since I was here in New York, I was having a hard time getting them settled. So it was just a whole mess. So then I kept telling her, informing her what it was happening and stuff like that. And then I kept giving her information about my goddess and stuff, and I would never get any feedback from her. And so that prompted me to believe that she was not interested. So I started one day looking at her stories on Instagram, and she was promoting this other artist that also was fabulous. And her artwork was really beautiful. Her tattoo artistry was beautiful, and I was really loving it. And she was also like, would do a lot of black and whites and with shadows. It was just gorgeous. And so she was promoting her in her page, so I felt like it was okay to reach out to that artist, since she seems like she was not very interested in doing my tattoo because she was taking too long to answer me, and she was not compromising with my payment, and like it just felt like she didn't want to do it. I'm sorry, that was my intuition telling me that. So I moved on to this other artist that she was promoting. And so I was just like, I'm just going to reach out to her and tell her about this idea that I have with my tattoo and blah, blah, blah. So then she was a little bit better, but it's all beautiful. You know, it's always a honeymoon period in the beginning. But then she completely, like the date of my trip was getting closer and closer, and I was getting desperate to do this because it was going to be significant for me to do it in this trip in Puerto Rico by Puerto Rican artists, a tattoo dedicated for my goddess. So it was going to be like a significant, and I was going to record it, and I was going to do a video about it, and I'm going to share it with all of you and everything, and my friends and my Instagram and social media. Excuse me. I'm allergic to this topic. So anyway, so then this artist, it was getting closer to for me to travel. Like a week before, I was doing all these things a week before. So I separated the date. I paid the deposit with the second artist, and I separated the date and everything, and it was gonna be for the 11th of March. So, and that evening I was gonna travel back to New York that evening. So she didn't contact me. I didn't contact her because I was very busy before I was leaving to Puerto Rico, because I had to leave everything settled for my sister to take care of my mom while I was gone. And we had appointments that week for my mom and stuff like that. So I was really busy and I couldn't get in touch with her to tell her, look, I'm coming. I know you said you wanted to alter a little bit the drawing that I want, you know, you were gonna do something, and I didn't have the time to ask her if she had done anything about it, because she was also having issues that it was gonna be the whole day, and I guess the whole day for them is not good unless you pay them $2,000. So I don't know. She didn't contact me. I couldn't contact her. Then I traveled that night. Then I was flying. I took that flight that is in the evening, that is from it was from 11:30 at night until almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I was traveling to Puerto Rico. So then the next day, which was my birthday, I was completely tired. And I fell asleep, and I got up at 3 o'clock. And then when I got up, I had to clean the house, because even though the house was completely shut, like the windows, everything was closed, and they were still very dusty. And I have asthma, so I couldn't just stay there like that. I had to clean a little bit. So even though I was exhausted from the trip, on my birthday, I was cleaning the house. I cleaned the house and blah, blah, blah. Then in the evening, I had some wine, and, you know, I was just happy to be there anyway. It's my birthday, so I was just happy to be there. And like, so then I wanted to go to the beach the next day, because I wanted to go to the beach on my birthday that day, but I was too tired and I had to clean and stuff like that. So then the next day in the morning, I went to the beach and I did a video at the beach, and it was beautiful. And so when my friends saw that I was in Puerto Rico, so they contacted me. And so I got distracted by my friends and I was just laying back, having fun, hanging out in Puerto Rico, like having a great time on my birthday week there. And I didn't contact the artist, and she didn't contact me. So then the day off that I have scheduled to do the tattoo, that's when she contacted me. And she wanted to know if I was coming, and it was 11 o'clock in the morning. So I was just like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go, because I felt like you were not interested, because I never heard from you. And I explained to her that I couldn't really get in touch with her. I totally forgot. I was just like enjoying myself in the island, and if she would have contacted me while I was there, I would have, been like, okay, then yes, I want to do this, because I really wanted to do this for Hecate. I really wanted to do it for her, and it was going to be like an offering, and it was going to be a devotional thing that I wanted to offer her from an artist from Puerto Rico. I was going to support an artist in my island, from my island. It was going to be done by an artist of Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican. It was, you understand? So anyway, so it didn't happen, because it was 11 o'clock in the morning when she contacted me. And then to drive from Yauco to San Juan is 3 hours, because Yauco is in the southwest and San Juan is in the northeast. So it's like you have to go. Puerto Rico is like a rectangular And so it's like you have to go from one point to the other. So it takes like 3 hours. It's not a lot, but for me it was. Anyway, and then that night I had to travel. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was going to travel that night, or 3 o'clock. And so I was going to get in the morning here to New York. Anyway, to make the story short, the story short, I didn't get to do it. It just felt like they were, this is my dog, Gavelita, Charlie's girlfriend. No, sister. She has kennel coat. Anyway, so sorry about that. Anyway, so it just felt like I had to beg them to do it. And I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be meaningful also at the same time, but it felt like it was not organically happening. And so I guess from my part, I felt that they didn't really wanted to do it. So that's why I didn't really insist it as much. I mean, I was willing to pay their prices, even though maybe for a lot of you it's not as expensive, but for me it was, because $900 for me doesn't come that easy. It was sort of like a sacrifice that I was willing to do for my goddess. But it was not, like I said, it was not happening. I'm sorry. It was not happening easily. It was not happening organically. It just felt forced, and I just was turned off by it, by their attitudes, and so that's my story of why I didn't get that tattoo, and I didn't have a video to post about it. And I don't want to promote them, the artists. I don't want to promote them. Go over there, Gabrielle. Go over there. I didn't want to promote them because I am kind of upset at them that they had that attitude towards me. And anyway, I don't know. So I'm probably gonna do it eventually. If I do it, probably it's gonna be here in New York. I'm sure it's gonna be more expensive. Or maybe I just save the money and go on a trip to Europe, to Greece, or to Turkey, to Lagina, to Hecate's temple. Maybe that'll be a better devotion for Hecate. I don't know. I'll keep you posted. So thank you for watching. Share and like and subscribe. So yes, Hail Hecate. Have a beautiful, blessing day, and I see you again soon. Bye.